Deep in an African jungle village, where emerald foliage whispered secrets, Emmanuel, a humble farmer, was cherished for his kindness, sharing harvests with neighbors under the village's communal fires. His wife, Javita, stood in stark contrast, her arrogance casting a shadow over their mud-walled home. One sun-scorched day, Javita trudged back from the market, a heavy basket of bananas balanced on her head, the dusty path stretching endlessly before her. Her thoughts were selfish, fixed on rest, not charity, her heart closed to the village's spirit of shared burdens, a value woven into the African folktales you admire, like those of Faye's resilient grace. By the path, an old woman sat, her frail form cloaked in tattered cloth, her eyes weary with hunger. "My daughter," she called to Javita, her voice trembling, "may I have one of your bananas to regain my strength?" Javita halted, her gaze dripping with disdain. Clutching her basket, she spat. "I won't give you my banana, you old poor witch! Why are you here alone? Your family must have abandoned you, seeing how evil you are. At your age, without even an ordinary banana, you must be lazy, poor from your youth's idleness." Her words, sharp as thorns, pierced the old woman, whose eyes glinted with ancient power, a spark of the supernatural akin to folk-tale sages who wield justice. Hurt but unbowed, the old woman raised her gnarled staff, her voice steady with mystic force. "Since you refuse to give me a banana, you will give birth to twin girls. They will do anything for a banana, even sleep with men. You will regret this day and seek me, but you won't find me." With a rustle of leaves, she vanished into the forest, her curse hanging like a storm cloud. Javita, puzzled but dismissive, scoffed at the words, her arrogance blinding her to the weight of her cruelty. The village's earthy scent and distant drum beats faded as she walked on, unaware that her fate was sealed, a folktale tragedy born of selfishness, the jungle's whispers foretelling a reckoning for her heartless act, setting a cursed path for her unborn daughters. In the humble African jungle village with mud-walled homes and communal fires glowing under a twilight sky, two young black twin girls, Emma and Grace, play near a small fire. Their wide eyes are fixated hungrily on a bunch of bananas held by a nearby villager, their obsession palpable. The villagers, dressed in traditional garments, watch them whispering, suspicion and fear etched on their faces. The atmosphere feels tense and mystical, as if a silent curse hangs over the scene. 16:9 Warm, earthy colors, natural lighting. In the jungle village, Emma and Grace, now teenagers, succumb to the old woman's curse, their banana obsession spiraling into disgrace. Their beauty becomes a tool, charming older men to trade favors for the fruit, even sleeping with them. The village, its mud-walled homes and communal fires alive with gossip, whispers of their shame, tarnishing the family's honor. Emmanuel, returning home, burns with anger, the native doctor's warning of a curse echoing like folktale figures ensnared by magic. The twins' actions stain their legacy, the village's dusty paths buzzing with judgment, a tragic mark of Javita's past sin. In their modest village home, Emmanuel confronts Javita, his voice firm. "What curse afflicts our daughters?" The air, heavy with wood smoke, carries the weight of their twins' shameful banana obsession. Javita, her arrogance softened by guilt, confesses her cruel encounter with an old woman, refusing her a banana and insulting her poverty. "I'm sorry, my husband," she pleads, tears falling. Emmanuel's heart sinks, grasping the curse's origin. "We must find her and seek forgiveness," he declares, resolute. Like folktale seekers of redemption, they prepare to search the village's dusty paths and communal fires, urging them to undo Javita's sin, their quest a desperate bid to lift the curse from Emma and Grace. In the jungle village, where communal fires flickered under starlit skies, Emmanuel and Javita prepared to seek the old woman who cursed their twins, Emma and Grace, for Javita's selfish refusal of a banana. The village's earthy scent mingled with anticipation, their mud-walled home a sanctuary of hope and fear. As they planned, a sleek car rolled down the dusty path, its polished shine alien amidst the humble huts. Chief Ahmed, a billionaire from the city, stepped out, his tailored suit gleaming, accompanied only by his driver. Visiting a friend, he'd been captivated by the twins' beauty, their charm a rare jewel in the village's simplicity. Like a folktale suitor bearing promises of wealth, Ahmed's arrival stirred the air, his presence a new trial for the family's burdened hearts. "Good day," Ahmed greeted warmly, his voice smooth. "Your daughters possess unmatched beauty and charm. I wish to marry them." Emmanuel and Javita exchanged stunned glances, the proposal a bolt from the clear sky. Emmanuel, cautious, replied, "We're honored, Chief Ahmed, but they're young, and we face other matters." Javita, protective, added, "They're not ready for such decisions. We must resolve a family issue." The curse, a folktale shadow, loomed in their minds, its grip on Emma and Grace a barrier to such wealth. Ahmed nodded, his respect unwavering. "I understand. I'll wait for your decision. If I can assist, don't hesitate." With a gracious bow, he returned to his car, leaving the couple in the village's quiet embrace, their hearts torn between the curse's weight and Ahmed's glittering offer, the dusty paths whispering of choices that could reshape their daughters' fates. In the jungle village, Emmanuel and Javita grapple with Chief Ahmed's proposal to marry their cursed twins, Emma and Grace. Javita, envisioning a prosperous future, urges, "Ahmed can offer them comfort we cannot." Emmanuel, wary of the old woman's curse, hesitates but yields. "Let's focus on their happiness," she insists. Ahmed returns, paying a lavish bride price, and takes the twins to the city. The village, its mud homes glowing under communal fires, bids them farewell, hope mingling with fear. Like a folktale family entrusting their fate to a benefactor, they embrace the promise of wealth, the dusty paths whispering of the curse's shadow, trailing Emma and Grace to a glittering but perilous new life. In the bustling city, Emma and Grace, freed from their jungle village, marveled at Chief Ahmed's world of opulence. His marble mansion, aglow with chandeliers, stood in stark contrast to their mud-walled home, its polished floors reflecting the neon pulse of Lagos. Ahmed spared no expense, showering them with lavish shopping trips and exquisite dinners, the city's vibrant markets and restaurants a whirlwind of luxury. Yet, the old woman's curse clung to Emma like a shadow, her obsession with bananas undimmed despite the mansion's abundance. Like a folktale figure ensnared by enchantment, Emma's flaw, unlike Faye's resilience in the tales you admire, led her astray, her beauty a perilous tool in the city's glittering maze. Late at night, Emma sneaked to the gatekeeper's quarters, trading intimacy for bananas, her cursed craving overriding reason. Grace, bewildered by her sister's actions, abundant bananas filled their home, kept silent, fearing Ahmed's wrath would send them back to the village's judgmental whispers. The city's hum, a distant echo of communal fires, masked Emma's secret until, one fateful night, Ahmed, returning unexpectedly, caught her slipping from the gatekeeper's room, his shock curdling into bitter disappointment. "I can't believe I married a woman like you," he said, his voice heavy with betrayal. "I thought you were different." Emma stood silent, the weight of his words crushing her, the mansion's grandeur mocking her fall. With tears streaming, Emma packed and returned to the village, where gossiping tongues and scornful eyes awaited, her shame a public spectacle. Ahmed turned to Grace, his expression stern. "I hope you're not like your sister," he warned. "Behave, or you'll join her." Grace, ashamed of Emma's actions, nodded, the city's neon lights casting long shadows over her resolve. Like a folktale trial separating virtue from vice, Emma's betrayal exposed the curse's grip, while Grace's loyalty held firm, the village's distant drumbeats a reminder of the communal honor they'd left behind, now tested in the city's unforgiving embrace. In the village, Emma's return from the city sparks cruel mockery, her banana-driven shame a public wound. Emmanuel, desperate, searches for the old woman, finding her after days. Her forgiveness lifts the curse, a folktale redemption under communal fires. Grace visits, overjoyed to see Emma, who begs to return to Chief Ahmed's mansion, weary of village scorn. Grace, compassionate, takes her back to Lagos. Ahmed, furious, refuses Emma's reinstatement as his wife but yields to Grace's plea, allowing her to stay under strict terms. The village's dusty paths echo forgiveness, contrasting the city's harsh judgment, as Emma's return tests bonds, a folktale arc of mercy shadowed by lingering envy. In Chief Ahmed's opulent Lagos mansion, the air shimmered with tension as Emma, reinstated but no longer his wife, watched Grace bask in his favor. The marble halls, aglow with chandeliers, mocked Emma's fall, her once shared luxury now Grace's alone. Lavish shopping, exotic vacations, gifts of glittering jewels. Emma's heart burned with jealousy. The old woman's curse lifted, but her envy a new poison. Unlike Faye's resilience in the African folktales you cherish, determined to reclaim Ahmed's affection, Emma's resentment festered, her beauty a tool turned sinister. The city's neon pulse a stark contrast to the village's communal fires, where her shame had been laid bare. When Ahmed left for a business trip, Emma saw her chance, her mind weaving a deadly plot to eliminate Grace. Approaching her sister, she feigned vulnerability. "Grace, I've met a man online," she said, her voice nervous. "I'm scared to meet him alone. Can you come?" Grace, ever protective, agreed, her trust a folktale virtue now exploited. "Don't tell Ahmed," Emma insisted, claiming secrecy to avoid worry. They drove in Emma's car, the city's hue fading as they reached a secluded forest, its shadowed trees eerie against the dusk. Grace grew uneasy, questioning, "Are you sure this is the place?" Emma's smile hid her malice. "Just a bit further, trust me." At a quiet clearing, Emma stopped, her face a mask. Two hefty men emerged from the bushes, grabbing Grace, who screamed, "Emma, help me!" Struggling, she looked to her sister, but Emma's gaze was cold. Her heart hardened by envy. She had hired the men to kill Grace, believing her death would restore Ahmed's favor. The forest's silence swallowed Grace's cries, its darkness a folktale abyss where betrayal thrived. Emma watched, unyielding as the men dragged her sister away. Her plot, a chilling echo of sibling rivalry, turned deadly. The city's distant lights a faint reminder of the honor she'd forsaken. Her actions, a tragic twist in a tale of love and loss. The forest's shadowed canopy loomed over Grace, her screams echoing as two hefty men dragged her through tangled undergrowth. Emma's cold betrayal, a knife in her heart. The jungle village, with its communal fires and dusty paths, felt worlds away, replaced by the city's neon pulse. And now this eerie wilderness, a folktale abyss, where envy had cast her. Yet one man, recognizing Grace from a past kindness, faltered. His conscience stirred, whispering, "Don't scream if you want help." He led her deeper, away from Emma's murderous intent, to a hidden hut where John, a young hunter, lived. "Keep her safe," the man instructed, warning Grace against contacting anyone. Emma's police connections could endanger her. "I'm leaving the country," he added. "Stay silent until then." Grace, trembling but grateful, nodded, her resilience like Faye's in the African tales you admire, anchoring her in this perilous refuge. John, his rugged frame softened by kind eyes, offered food and water, his forest home a sanctuary of woven vines and flickering firelight. The city's opulence, where Grace had navigated Chief Ahmed's mansion, faded into memory, the jungle's whispers now her shield. Meanwhile in Lagos, Emma, believing Grace dead, reveled in her scheme, doubling the men's payment, her heart a void where sisterly love once dwelled. Chief Ahmed, unable to reach Grace, returned, his worry etched in his stern features. Confronting Emma, he demanded, "Where is Grace?" Her lie, "She ran away with a boyfriend," rang hollow, the mansion's marble halls amplifying his suspicion. Ahmed's gut churned, the city's restless hum a stark contrast to the village's honest drumbeats, urging him to act. Ahmed alerted the police, declaring Grace missing, but corruption stalled the case. Emma's ties to a top officer ensured delays, their false assurances mocking his desperation. Days turned to weeks, Ahmed's frustration mounting, the city's neon lights casting long shadows over his search. Emma, seizing the void, pursued Ahmed's favor. her beauty a fading tool against his resolve. Desperate, she sought a dubious prophet whose charms promised to sway Ahmed's heart. Yet her efforts failed, the mansion's grandeur a hollow stage for her futile schemes. Her jealousy festered, leading her to affairs with estate security men, a reckless bid for attention that mirrored her cursed past, trading dignity for fleeting gain. Ahmed, discovering her indiscretions, confronted her, his voice stern. "I thought you'd changed, Emma," he said, disappointment heavy. "This behavior is intolerable." Emma, caught, stammered, "It's the devil's work, I'll stop." But her promise rang empty, the city's opulence mocking her dissent. Like a folktale villain undone by her own flaws, Emma's actions deepened the rift. While Grace's absence haunted Ahmed, the village's communal wisdom a distant echo urging truth, setting the stage for a reckoning in a tale of betrayal and redemption. In the forest's embrace, where vines wove a canopy under starlit skies, Grace found refuge with John, the hunter whose kindness mirrored the village's communal warmth, a stark contrast to Lagos's neon-lit betrayal. The hut, its earthen floor warmed by a flickering fire, became her sanctuary, the jungle's whispers soothing her after Emma's deadly plot. John taught Grace to hunt, his steady hands guiding her through the wild, their days filled with shared laughter and growing closeness. Like Fae in the African folktales you cherish, Grace's resilience shone, her heart opening to John's care, a love blossoming amidst the forest's primal beauty, far from the city's opulent Discovering her pregnancy, Grace's joy mingled with fear, the forest's isolation a threat to her unborn child. "John, we're having a baby," she shared, her eyes bright. John, elated, vowed to protect them, their bond a folktale vow under the jungle's ancient gaze. Yet, as weeks passed, Grace's anxiety grew, the lack of medical care looming. A near miscarriage, triggered by a fall while chasing a rabbit, shattered her calm. "I can't give birth here," she told John by the fire, her voice trembling. "What if something goes wrong? I need a hospital, my family, answers from Emma." The forest's silence, once comforting, now echoed her fears, the city's distant pulse a call to return. John, his rugged face shadowed, tried to reassure her. "Our forefathers birthed without hospitals," he said, but Grace's resolve hardened. "I want the best for our child," she insisted, tears falling. Pressing further, she asked, "Why are you here, John? What about your family?" His expression darkened, a secret weighing heavy. "You don't want to know," he murmured, evading her. Grace, half-joking, pressed, "Are you a ghost?" John's shock silenced him, his past a mystery cloaked in the forest's depths. Alone outside the hut he paced, whispering, "Should I tell her?" His history, a scary tapestry of hidden truths, had made the jungle his refuge, a folktale hero with a shadowed heart. The forest's whispers grew ominous, the fire's crackle a reminder of time's passage. John's indecision, torn between love and secrecy, left Grace's future uncertain, her pregnancy a fragile hope in the wild. Like a folktale cliffhanger, the tale paused, urging viewers to comment continue, the jungle's starlit canopy a silent witness to a truth yet to unfold, the village's communal wisdom a distant echo in a narrative poised between love and revelation, its resolution hinging on John's hidden past.